The story of Jesus' birth, as found in Luke 1 and 2, is not historical. Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. According to Luke 1, Jesus would have had to have been born, if not during the life of Herod, within about a year of his death at the latest. So Jesus would have had to have been born by 3 BCE, if Luke chapter 1 is historical. But chapter 2 introduces two critical problems. The first is that the author needs to get Joseph and Mary from Nazareth down to Bethlehem so Jesus could be born there in fulfillment of prophecy. And the method they choose to accomplish that is to say they needed to go back to their ancestral hometown in order to register for this tax. Here's the first big problem. Rome conducted a lot of censuses. They absolutely never required people travel to their ancestral hometown to register. They registered in the towns where they lived and worked. Not only because it would not be feasible for the majority of people to travel to their ancestral hometowns, but it would entirely nuke the economy to have half of the Roman Empire just up and leave for who knows how many weeks. That was not how they conducted censuses. That absolutely did not happen in this case. The other problem is even bigger, however. The author says that this happened when Quirinius was governor of Syria. And Quirinius became governor of Syria in 6 CE. But the census was not requested until 9 CE, and there's a very good reason that that census was requested. And that was because the ethnarch of Judea, Idumea, and Galilee, who took over after Herod the Great died, was deposed in 9 CE. He was so incompetent, Rome said, you are banished, and we're going to take over direct administration of Idumea, Judea, and Galilee. So even if a census had been conducted in Galilee for people living in Nazareth between 4 and 3 BCE, it would have been Herod Archelaus who was responsible for administering it for people who lived in Nazareth. Quirinius, who was in Anatolia at the time anyway, who had nothing to do with the administration of Syria, wouldn't even have been responsible for it. So the statement in Luke 2 that this happened when Quirinius was governor of Syria introduces an entirely irreconcilable historical datum. If chapter 1 is historical, chapter 2 cannot be historical. If chapter 2 is historical, chapter 1 cannot be historical. The two chapters are irreconcilable, and the story of Jesus' birth is not historical in the Gospel of Luke.